Toyota's being a bit sneaky. They have secretly revealed the GR Corolla. We're gonna break that down today. More evidence is showing up that the Supra could be getting a manual transmission and very soon. Go grab your snacks and drinks. Today's gonna be a lot of fun. It all starts over at Instagram, and I need to thank TJ for pointing this out. If you found something secret or you saw something on the streets that's like a spy shot, please send it to me. I really appreciate it, because without your guys' help to build the channel, I wouldn't be able to give you this information today. Okay, stop beating around the bush, Kirk. We're over at the Toyota Instagram page, and we're gonna go pretty much all the way down to here. This image is confirmation GR Corolla is coming. But before we zoom in, we have to figure out where we've seen this image before. Well, let's start at toyota.com. We're gonna select a vehicle, Corolla hatchback. We'll go to gallery, we'll go to interior, and check out this image. You would think this image and this image are exactly the same, right? Not so fast. Okay, so on the bottom, we have the original image, and the top here, we have this Instagram image that has been modified quite significantly. And for some reason, Toyota decided to Photoshop the JBL speaker out of the A-pillar, but that is not what is crazy that's going on. First and foremost, look, they inserted a vehicle in the back of this Instagram image where there's no vehicle on the road of the original image coming from their own website. It's like they either photoshopped it out because this guy's looking straight at it, or they photoshopped it in. Regardless, Toyota has shown our first look at the GR Corolla, and there's more information in this image. It's quite cryptic and Easter eggy, and I love it. It's super cool. Anyways, this looks very similar to a Corolla hatchback, a standard Corolla hatchback. And this camouflage is the same camouflage that Toyota used on the GR Yaris that they used on the GR Supra before it was officially announced. But this is our first potato resolution image of the GR Corolla. It's pretty darn exciting, but it doesn't stop there. Here is the big one. Look, down here at the bottom, it says 330 clearly. This is noticeably photoshopped to say G16. Well, that's not even a real time. But what does G16 mean? Well, let's just go over to the GR Yaris Wikipedia page. And we know that the engine is a 1.6 liter turbocharged engine. And if we go to powertrain, the code name for it is G16E GTS. So there you go, confirmation. And we've heard these rumors come from Japan for a long time now, but we're essentially getting confirmation on the things we've been hearing from Japan. And we're getting it straight from Toyota, not officially, right? But this is pretty cryptic of them, and I'm just eating it up. G16E GTS, and there's the G16 on the time. Now, there's no modification of the trip meter, anything like that. I was hoping maybe we would have like a reveal date in there, something that I think it's too far out in the future. I think the reveal will be summer. Also, another interesting number here, and I think it could be purely coincidence. 268. So the climate control was probably set to 72 and 68, but all we see is 268 on both of them. So I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but that's also a significant number when we're talking about the G16 G16E GTS engine. In Japan, it has 268 horsepower. Now, the rumors coming out of Japan recently have been that the GR Corolla is going to be a higher tune of this G16E engine. We could be closer to 295 to 300 horsepower. So this, like I said, this number here could be just coincidental, but what a coincidence that that's the actual horsepower number of the G16E in the GR Yaris in Japan. And the last thing that looks like to be confirmed for the GR Corolla. So it looks like we have on the original image, which is slightly higher resolution, it says Raven Trail or something like that trail on the left. This has been clearly modified on the Instagram image. It says GR4 more than likely. You could definitely tell it's been modified. There's no doubt about it, but GR4 looks like has been replaced whatever Raven Trail or whatever this is here. And GR4 is of course the all-wheel drive system we see in the GR Yaris that is mated to the G16E. It only comes in a 6-speed manual. There hasn't been any Easter eggs on that image confirming the 6-speed manual, but it does have IMT, which I've seen in the Corolla Apex. I drove that vehicle last summer, and it's pretty similar to what I just drove on the Civic Si with the auto rev matching downshifts. Now the GR Corolla will be slightly porkier than the GR Yaris. I don't expect it to have the expensive carbon fiber roof, for example. GR Yaris can scoot to 60 in low fives. It's quite ridiculous, that little pocket rocket. If they're able to get the Corolla, the GR Corolla, closer to 300 horsepower, maybe it can get to 60 and about the same, but more than likely it's probably going to be the same 268. Not going to say more than likely. That's just where I'm getting my hopes. I don't want to get my hopes too high. You guys know that I try to set the bar as low as possible. But anyway, 0 to 60 is probably going to be at the fastest 5.5 seconds. More realistically, maybe closer to 6 seconds, but that's pretty darn quick and a lot faster than more than likely the Civic Si, wink wink, that I'll be able to share that information on the 30th. But this isn't a competitor to the Civic Si. This is more of a competitor to the Civic Type R. I can't believe I'm saying that about a Toyota vehicle. Pretty crazy. So I'll see you guys down below on Toyota, teasing, Easter egging us, giving us cryptic messages essentially inside of these images. I'll see you down below in the comments. It's an exciting time if you are in North America. We're getting some exciting Toyotas. GR86, we got the Supra. I know it's not the exact Supra that many of you want, but speaking of Supra, I got some news. One of the things that I struggle with as a purist is that the Supra doesn't have the A90 Supra does not have a manual transmission. But if we're to believe the forum community over at Supra Mark V, he has a friend in LA that drives prototype cars and reports back to the drivability. Now, this guy received a video of him driving a manual Mark V, and he says he's not capable of faking it due to his editing skills, and he says it looks real to him. Now, he's not going to post the video to risk his job, but he gives us a little image down here at the bottom, and this could be our first look of the manual transmission Supra. This looks like a flip phone to me. Some people are thinking that this is like the new key fob, and maybe it is, but it looks like a flip phone to me. Not quite sure what this huge bar is here. Some people are saying that this could be the emergency brake, and remember, this is a prototype, so maybe it's a strange placement for the emergency brake. It's a obviously heavily modified prototype in order to have a manual transmission A90 testing. And here's obviously the stick shift. This is no doubt a BMW-esque interior, and I don't know if there's anything on this image to confirm that it's a Toyota and not anything else. This is a different manual transmission setup than we even see in the Z series. All right, quick disclaimer. It's extraordinarily early because I'm excited about this news. I want to get it to you, but the kids are also, it's like 6 a.m. and the kids are going off the deep end. So if you hear screaming and crying in the background, just deal with it just like I am. Anyways, I have an image here of a right-hand drive Z4 Supra, BMW Z4 S-Drive 20i. Anyways, we have a manual transmission here, and its setup is quite a bit different than the manual transmission here. So we know it's not a BMW S20. So very interesting. The start button is in a similar position, just on the opposite side here, but maybe even higher up on this claimed Supra image. The rotary dial is to the side of the shifter instead of below it. And the button placement on the side here is a little bit different as well. It looks like the Supra is flanking the shifter on the left and the right with the buttons and the rotary dial, where in the S20i, Z4, it looks like most of them are beneath the shifter here. But I'm going to take this image that we see on the left here as gospel. I do believe that there are prototype Supras running around with manual transmissions. The thing is I don't know if and when they're coming. The rumors are saying that we're going to be getting like a 500 horsepower GRMN Supra with a manual transmission. But I mean, we'll see. I think there's a big possibility of it coming. I think this prototype image is real of a Supra with a manual transmission, but until Toyota confirms, I'm not going to get my hopes up. Guys, that's the secret to the game here, is be aware of the things that are flowing around, but don't get your expectations too high because they might not come to fruition. And finally, it looks like Toyota's battery site has been confirmed at this point, not necessarily from Toyota, but from the municipalities, that's not a word I use very much, in North Carolina. It's a $338 million mega site for the North Carolina General Assembly this week, and it has been approved in its new budget. Bloomberg, citing people familiar with the matter, said Toyota hasn't made final decisions. The company had promised to announce its plans by the end of the year, but that it expected to partner with Panasonic at the facility, which I've already reported on from an article over at Automotive News. And here's what's interesting. The site that is going to be, or more than likely going to be, the battery plant is near Liberty, and this is where Toyota in 2018 nearly placed its plant with Mazda that wound up in Alabama. That's where the new CX-50 is being built and the Corolla Cross. The North Carolina budget line curiously placed its requirements for spending the $338 million with securing a company that would invest at least $1 billion and create at least 1,750 jobs. That sounds right up Toyota's lane for the new battery factory. But I'm going to end it there. GR Corolla coming to the United States with the 1.6 liter turbo, GR4, 6-speed manual, all the good stuff, maybe even a little bit more power. But it's good to see Toyota finally messing with us just a little bit more. It's been a while. I believe that they introduced the GR Corolla, or at least a hot hatch for the United States, gosh, over a year ago it feels like. And this is probably one of the only teasers since then. So good to see it. Manual probably coming to the Supra, but not getting my hopes set too high there. And I'll see you guys down in the comments below. There's a lot to talk about. Smash the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Toyota news updates and reviews. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.